Are you looking to increase your strength and power? Tendon training is one of the secrets calisthenics athletes won't tell you about. Tendons and muscles work together to complement each other and create more power. Let me tell you more about it. How you doing, legends? Today we're talking about tendons and how to make them stronger to help you become a better calisthenics athlete. In fact, if you are an athlete that needs upper body strength, what I'm going to talk about in this video also applies to you. Now really, why should you care? Why should you care about dedicated tendon training? I have 3 reasons that I want to share with you guys. A stronger tendon produces more elastic energy. So by producing more elastic energy, the muscle can get away doing less work. This is great for offsetting fatigue. Think about distance runners. Second, tendons and muscles, they work hand in hand as a team. So having both a strong tendon and a strong muscle, you end up producing more force, being more explosive. So think about someone trying to do a clapping pull-up or a clapping push-up. And third, a weak tendon can tear. So depending on the amount of stress you put on it. And then of course you end up injured. Now there are many ways to approach tendon and ligament strength training. There are things you want to consider, like if the movements you're doing involve a relatively light or heavy load of the muscles, or whether the movements involve a relatively large or small range of motion. So depending on what you want to train, you may want a more stiff tendon, a thicker tendon that produces more force on the recoil, but has a more limited range of motion. Or you may want a more compliant tendon, which is a thinner tendon that produces less force on the recoil, on the output, but it has greater range of motion. This will be different actually for every person and their goals in their sport. So if you have any doubt, leave me a comment down below and I'll be very happy to help you guys. In this video, we're going to put our focus on explosive movements to build tendon strength. I'm choosing explosive movements because research has shown that explosive movements reduce the hysteresis of a muscle tendon unit. Having high hysteresis means that greater energy is dissipated through heat. So you have less energy to be used in the recoiling part of the tendon movement. And it's in the recoil that you get the power from the tendon. Explosive movements also enhance the stretch shortening cycle of tendons. They improve force production and the rate of tendon recoil. Now, of course, there are many other ways of training tendons. And if you want to know these other ways, I will leave a link to my first tendon training video in the comment below. And one more thing, exercises outlined in this video are not for people with pain in their tendons, tendonitis, and are not to be seen as rehab. The exercises here for athletes who have been progressing well in their sport and are looking for more ways to improve their performance, okay? All right, sweet. So let's get to the exercises. We have exercises that fall into 2 different categories. Plyometrics is a powerful movement involving a system of reactive exercises and an eccentric contraction, followed immediately by an explosive concentric contraction. And then we have explosive isometric, which is attempting to move an immovable object with explosive intent. The exercises must be performed with maximum explosive intent. That's very important. Okay, now let's go to the gym and go through the exercises. The first exercise is the push-up plyometrics. We want to have our hands at shoulder width apart so that we target more of the chest than the triceps. With the push-up plyometrics, we are going to be training the power and speed being generated from the upper body. And although you could do them from a full push-up position, what I really recommend is that you do it from your knees. That correlates better with strengthening the tendons because you're going to be able to do more reps and also gives you the opportunity to control the intensity of the movement. Next is the diamond push-up plyometrics. It is essentially the same thing as the previous push-up exercise, but of course we are having our hands in a diamond shape so that we can target more of the triceps than the chest. This will really focus on the tendons around your tricep, whereas the previous exercise will be focused more on the tendons around the biceps insertions. The next exercise is an exercise that I really like, very easy to do, no need for any equipment other than just a towel, and I actually discussed this exercise on my previous tendon video as well. This is the isometric towel pull. With a towel, or if you want a bed sheet as well, you set yourself up on top of the towel, feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent, and then you grab each side of the towel with your hands. Brace your core, and in one very explosive movement, full effort, you breathe in and explode up, engaging every muscle in your body from quads, glutes, back, core, everything. And then you exhale out when you get to the top position. You hold it there for 5 seconds, and you want to repeat that 5 to 10 times. After that, we have the wall chest pass. We're gonna be using a medicine ball. With a wall chest pass, you stand in a neutral stance with the medicine ball at your chest. Keep your feet stable and strongly push the ball away from you at the wall so that it bounces back to you. You catch it and immediately throw the ball back at the wall. You want to perform 10 to 20 reps using full range of motion in your arms. And this will really put emphasis on your pectorals, triceps, biceps, core, and of course the tendons as well on your upper body. Next, we have the overhead forward throw, also using the medicine ball. You start in a neutral stance with your feet slightly wider than your hips. You hold the medicine ball overhead, then load the ball slightly behind your head and use your lats and abs to throw the ball forcefully at the wall. The ball should rebound back into your hands overhead. Immediately catch the ball and then throw it back at the wall, making sure to keep your core tight to support the spine. You want to do 10 to 20 reps. And another one that I really like doing is the plyometrics pull-ups. You want to hang from a pull-up bar, and you start with your hands slightly wider than your shoulders. You're going to perform your pull-up with enough explosiveness to get air. Let your hands come about an inch off the bar. Catch the bar with bent elbows. That's very important to protect your elbows. Basically, you want to catch the bar with your elbows at 90 degrees, and then you lower into the hang position of your pull-up, and then you repeat. Aim for 5 reps. Make sure to catch the bar with bent elbows every time. That is super important. Now, one thing that I want you guys to do is to change your grip with every explosive pull-up. So you start with a pronated grip, explode up, and then when you get air, you catch yourself with a 90 degrees elbow, and you change your grip to be now supinated. And you keep doing that between 5 to 10 times. Now, if the exercise is too difficult for you with your entire body weight, there's no shame using a resistance band. I actually use a resistance band so I'm able to do 10 reps. That's my goal. If you enjoyed the exercise I presented here in the video, that's what Cali Culture is all about. I'm putting together as much information as I can so that I can help you guys keep progressing in your calisthenics journey, help you unlock those cool and sexy skills, become stronger and more explosive, and do all that while minimizing the risk of injury. So please like the video if the video has helped you, and consider subscribing as well for more calisthenics content like this one. Now, if you have started or are planning to start training for the back lever, I have a video that is super important for you guys to watch on what you need to learn first before the back lever. Learning the exercise that I explained there will actually help you get the back lever faster and also safer with lower chances of injury. So if that's you, click on the video on screen right now, and I'll see you legends on the next one.